You know, if there's one thing most people have lying around, it is magazines. And if you don't have a proper place to store them, well, it can look rather untidy. So this morning, Andrew Donkin, our builder's DIY expert, will show us how to make a magazine rack using copper piping. All right, Andrew, this is going to be a whole lot of fun this morning, but I must be honest, I have a really hard time trying to envision an actual magazine rack out of what's lying on the table.
Okay, well, most importantly, we're going to have some fun. We're going to make it look cool. It's going to be funky. We're making use of standard copper piping available at your local builder's outlet. We've got some standard copper fittings. We've got some standard tools to actually cut the pipe. And then we're going to solder it all together and make this copper ladder, which we're going to hang our magazine on. So not only are you going to make this masterpiece, you're also going to become a DIY plumber at the same time.
All right, a bit of a two-in-one deal for me this morning. I love it. Where do we kick off?
Okay, Ewan, we're going to cut all our pieces according to our plan now. On the 22mm pipe, we've got 4 pieces at 300 long, 8 pieces at 180 long, and on the 15mm pipe, we've got 5 pieces at 330 long.
All right, measured up.
Okay, perfect. Right, now we're going to start cutting up the pipe. The good old-fashioned way is to make use of a hacksaw. Easier way, and I'm sure you've used it before, is the pipe cutter. Standard for any different sizes. You just open it up, screw it in tight and spin it around, and it leaves that nice fine edge. Gets rid of all the burrs and makes it much easier to work with. Right, we've got all the hard work out the way and we've left the best bit to last, which is the assembly part. That's the easy bit. So what we'll do is we'll actually build our ladder section. We're not going to seal it all together yet. Let's make sure we're happy with it and it's all looking good, and then we can solder it together. Are you happy with that, Ewan?
I think it's 100%.
Right, obviously we want this as straight as possible, so we're going to put down a straight edge onto the bench, and I'll put some scrap timber underneath as well. Right, now we're basically going to join it all together using the torch and the solder. First of all, you've got to put the flux in between the mating surfaces. It helps get a better bond, it cleans the joint out, and helps make it sealed as well, especially if you are doing normal plumbing. Now, once you've got it all together and you've put the flux in there, if you're a first timer, make sure you heat up the copper pipe, get it to the right temperature, then you put your solder actually onto the copper and it should melt automatically without the flame. If it's not hot enough, just heat the pipe up a bit more. As you touch that joint, that copper should seal all the way around the whole entire joint. You might have to just help it along a little bit.
All right, well, that wasn't too bad.
No, it wasn't too bad. Looking good. We've got a good, strong structure.
That's it. But the only thing is you can't put it in your house looking like this. We're going to need to spit and polish a bit.
Yes, we're going to have to get our elbow grease going, and we'll use some metal polish and give it a good clean up. Then we're basically going to put it as a feature in our house. We're going to start hanging our magazines on each one of these racks, and yeah, it's going to look fantastic.
Great, and it's something different than your usual magazine rack. I love it.
That's it, yeah. And it's actually going to display all your magazines, so you don't have to go through the pile. You can see which one you want, and away you go.
Here are some important tips. Remember to plan and measure properly before you begin. Use pipe cutters available at builders to cut your pieces to size. It will save you time and energy. Finally, place flux on and in your joints before your solder to give it a better bond. Happy building!